Hi, everyone. This is Jacqui Cooper with JCooperTravels Talk Show, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode and definitely remind everyone to like and subscribe so that way you can see and hear all the various conversations that are happening now and in the future. Today I have a special guest and I'll be sharing more about what she does and how we connected in a few minutes. For those that are new to J Cooper Travels, I just want to share a little bit about my background. So I actually am an attorney, but I'm also an entrepreneur and an educator, and I love to travel, and hence the J Cooper Travels sort of was born because of all the trips around the world that I was taking prior to COVID. And then when COVID happened, I realized, well, we do travel physically, but we also travel inside. And so it's really about our inner as well as our outer journey. And that connects with how we treat each other, with our families, with our business, and our connections around the world. So this is all about stories. And with that, I want to welcome Kylie. She's with Clearmix, and we're going to be talking about her personal journey and how she came to Clearmix. And I'm really excited to have you on today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a great day so far. So why don't you go ahead and explain to everyone a little bit about what Clearmix is and your specific role there, and then we'll continue talking about how you got there.
All right. So my name is Kylie. Thank you for having me here. I work as a sales development rep at Clearmix. So it's all remote, which is really cool. I'm based in California. Our CEO is in Utah, and we have most of our employees and the rest of the team over on the East Coast. So I'm the one representing West Coast right now. And Clearmix is a remote video production company. So I'm using right now my Logitech 4K webcam that was provided by them, a toner microphone so you can hear voice. And also we have an adapter for those, as well as a MacBook and all the other things to make video look great.
That's awesome. So what's your background? How did you end up coming to Clearmix? Because I'm all about stories and people's journey.
The story is really fun, actually. So I actually went to Chico State in California for a business administration marketing degree for 4 years. So I did that thinking, okay, I'm going straight into marketing. I'm going to work my way up. And the first thing I thought to myself is, dang, right out of college, I don't want to go into a full-time job. So I dabbled into the service industry, bartending, and finally, after a while, just got burnt out, especially wearing masks. While doing that can be hard. The long nights wearing masks definitely affected my mental health a lot in that regard, because it was just constantly working, doing a lot of double shifts, and the money was good, and socializing and making connections with people in the business world as a bartender and a server is great. But I knew that I had that background of having a college degree and knowing that I could do something more for myself. So I took a year of doing that to finally realize I'm ready. I went to Italy with my boyfriend for a month and took a month off of work, and I really cleared my head, and I said, okay, Kylie, it's time to get out there. I applied to over 50 jobs in finance, sales, and marketing. And my top two were Clearmix and another sales job. And I think what really drew me to Clearmix was just the authenticity of the VP of sales that I talked to at the time. And I felt like it was just a very great field to go into. And that's why I'm excited to be talking with you today about what Clearmix is all about, because it's something now that I'm passionate about, and working for that job is not just about the sales aspect, it's about helping other people. And so that's how I got into Clearmix in, I think it was March. So I've been with them for a couple months.
Yeah. What I love about your story is that you weren't afraid to take a risk and to travel, as well as to kind of explore a variety of job possibilities. And let's talk for just a brief second about Italy. Where'd you go and what'd you see?
Yeah, so that was an amazing trip. It was a culture shock because I'm not fluent in Italian, but I've been learning off of Duolingo. It's a great way to learn a new language. We were in the area of Perugia. It was a small town called Castelcastalda. So it's about 2 hours from Rome.
Okay.
And so we were kind of staying at their parents' place in Castelcastalda, but we were going to different cities. So we went to Foligno, where his dad's from. We went to Rome to visit his cousin. We went to Florence to just kind of see what Florence is all about. They have amazing food and culture there.
Yeah.
The Museum of Uffizi was great to see. I'm not a big history buff, but I think it turned me into one from seeing all the artwork and all the amazing things there.
So how long were you there? About 4 weeks?
Yeah, 4 whole weeks. I think 2 weeks in, I wouldn't say ready to go home, but definitely missing the day-to-day routine at home because it's a little different there, the way things are done. Everything from 1 to 3 p.m. is closed for lunchtime. That's the weird thing. You'll be out in a town kind of looking around. We went to one town called Trevi, and it's this cute little town about 30 minutes from where we're staying. And nobody was around because we were there during lunchtime. It's just a culture thing in Italy to have lunch with your family. So you learn that. I'm not used to that. I'm used to having dinner with my family. That's how we do it in America, I guess. So that was really fun. And then the last 2 weeks were about kind of adjusting to the time difference because it took a long time, meeting more of his friends, which they did not speak English at all, and adjusting to the Italian life. And then when I left after 4 weeks, I was really sad about it. And I realized I really liked the culture there.
Yeah, yeah. So what was the temperature of the weather like when you were there?
It was wear 3 coats, the kind of temperature. It was like, let me bring my, hoodie. And then I had like what is it called? Like a poncho kind of thing for protection with the snow. It actually snowed one day in Casa Castaldo, which is insane. It's not super typical there. Because we were there from December to January. So it was like right after
Okay.
Christmas.
So it was winter.
It
Yeah.
was winter. Yeah, it was cold.
So what was the architecture like?
It's historic. It's beautiful. It's something I've never seen before. I went to Hungary when I was a kid for an exchange program, and I remember a little bit of it being like that, but something about Italy that just brings you back. And I really loved learning the history and hearing about all the stories. His mom has a lot of great stories to tell. And I think that was a really great asset to having her there and telling me all the things that there was to know about what happened in the past.
So just curious, how's the technology and Wi-Fi there?
That part was fun. When I landed in Rome, it was 10 p.m. and it's just a little different. The Wi-Fi to connect was all in Italian, so it was like hard to get there. I had to walk to a hotel by myself because I got picked up the next day. So I found an American family that actually lived in Germany for a couple of years because I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi in the airport, and they helped me because we walked to the same hotel together. And it was 10 p.m. in Rome. It was a little interesting for me, but other than that, the Wi-Fi at their place wasn't bad. Technology there is with the times. There's a couple problems sometimes with the Wi-Fi, but when it came to applying for jobs when I was there, it worked. I did the like 12 at night phone calls because it was a different time in the West Coast and East Coast for others.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how around the world, technology is being developed and used, and it doesn't matter where you are, you can connect with people. So let me go ahead and share the website so we can talk a little bit more about Clearmix. So what I love about this, the landing platform is it has, information about what your company does. Now, I see here a variety of companies that are listed. How are they connected with the company?
Yeah, so these are some of the companies we've worked with, some of the top 5 technology companies. So we've done a lot of internal videos for Google Recs. We've done customer testimonials. And the cool thing about Clearmix is everything's remote. So it just makes things easier. Johnson & Johnson, we've done videos for them. On the Cornell and University of Texas at Austin, we've done student testimonials, employee testimonials about their programs there. And I think that it's just something that's so innovative and something that should be used by a lot of people.
So why should someone think about a video testimonial or, something that would be the visual side?
Of course, yeah, that's a really great question. It's one of the things that I think a lot of the times when I have calls with people, it's going to be people that are already interested in video and they know what's going on. But internet traffic really has tripled in the past 5 years statistically. So that goes to show that people come to your website, they come to your socials. That's what they're going to see the most versus, the typical sales door-to-door calling. We don't really use that with Clearmix. We do a lot of talking to people on LinkedIn, seeing someone's website and seeing, oh, they have a lot of writing, but let's add video here because video just has exploded in the internet. Since 2017, it's like gone over 300% like up with using internet and video traffic. So it's caused a lot of good things for people. So that's a reason that I would always recommend going video because, for example, as you can see right here where it says Shift 5 Brex in Texas. So a lot of companies do this thing where they put this right here. Frankly, we wouldn't be able to do our weekly podcast without Clearmix. They have a picture and a name. And that's one thing to read that and see, okay, this seems legit, but having that video there really gets to have a sense of who the person is, what they're saying is authentic, and really connecting with the company and believing in that they can do those things. So that's why Clearmix has really been helpful for a lot of companies we've worked for, not only just the top 5 technology companies in the universities, but even startups, because we are one. We started in spring 2021. So it's kind of like we're able to dabble in the bigger side of businesses and the smaller, so we could help people elevate their platform.
Yeah, no, I love it. So you mentioned LinkedIn. Are there any rules for when videos are used on LinkedIn or some of these other platforms?
Yeah, so when it comes to that, a lot of companies kind of disclose with us whether or not they want to use their videos in certain aspects of like LinkedIn or their socials. So when I send examples to potential clients, I know what videos I can or cannot show, because some of them are internal. They have to do with your training inside of the company, not outside. But anything that goes on, say, your website or is shared publicly is something that can be shared amongst everyone.
So what's the process of onboarding if someone was interested in? Who are the types of clients or customers that you're looking to help?
Of course. So the main people we usually target, especially since I'm a sales rep, so I'm looking for people that may or may not be interested, but I have to focus on a niche market. So we're looking for content marketers. I'm actually going over to Minneapolis in the middle of May to go to a conference for content marketers. So we're going to be there. So if any of you guys are going there, I'll be there. We're looking for anyone with universities. So like admissions, marketing. It could even be sales. I've contacted a lot of VPs of sales to see if they want to use videos in their cold emails, or they want to use videos to kind of upgrade their emails to make them look more legit. And I would say the process is actually really easy. So say you're someone that comes and says like, hey, my university needs, sorry, one second. Sorry about that. We'll cut that part out.
That's okay.
Yeah. When I send this over to Clearmix, I can have them edit it out for you too.
Thanks.
But basically the process is really easy. So say you are interested in doing a video with your clients because you want to elevate your platform. What you do is you'd first have a kickoff call with one of our video strategists, and you kind of go over what brand assets do you have, your logos, any kind of B-roll, a branding kit if you have it. And after you have that call, you get scheduled with a live producer, and the live producer will take 15 minutes out of their time to make sure that your background is set. So for example, my background's not the best. You want to be right in front of a window with good lighting. You want to make sure you have the right equipment. So a nice webcam, a nice microphone, so you can hear everything clearly, because we're not just trying to sell video, we're trying to sell quality video that can be added to your website. So with that said, after that 15 minutes, you have about 30 to 45 minutes to record. And say you're the head of the company, you're the content marketer that's talking to Alice, that's a client of yours, right? So you can be on the other end of the live production call and tell the producer, hey, can you have Alice talk about this part of our product? Can you have Alice talk about this part of our service? Because then from that, we take those sound bits as we go into the editing process, and we're able to really emphasize on that when we send the content marketer a draft of their video. So with that said, we can do brand intros and outros. If you don't already have that, we do B-roll added into the video, and we get you a draft in 1 to 2 days. And then from there, you get a full video in a week, and it's a really easy process. You get access to all the raw footage. So for example, with this video, which will be edited hopefully by our editing team at Clearmix, you get all the raw footage, and you can tell them, hey, can you add this? Can you get rid of this? And you get a video that you could use for as long as you want, and you can use that footage to go into another video in the future as well.
I mean, that's great. I mean, I know that for many businesses, their focus is their passion, in terms of whatever that they're doing. And the marketing side, sometimes they need to hire out, and the video side, again, it's something that they have to hire out. But it's definitely something, like you said, when you have a visual, it helps people kind of feel who you are and realize that, the service or the product that you're creating is, something that they might want to be a part of. So it is all about, the message. And so having someone like yourself, Clearmix, makes it easier. It just definitely makes it easier. So how would people reach you?
How people reach me? Good question. The best way to reach me, I have 3 methods. My email is Kylie@Clearmix.com. That's one simple, KYLIE@Clearmix.com. Or you can message me on LinkedIn. My name is Kylie Lindquist. You'll see sales development representative. Or you can give me a call too. Am I allowed to share my phone number?
Yeah, whatever you want to share, you can share.
I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, because also for those that are listening on the audio side, the talk show audio side, I'm going to be embedding all the links within. And then obviously on the video side, we're going to have that embedded as well. So feel free to share.
Yeah, you can call or text me. I'm super open with that kind of stuff because I use my phone for a lot of clients in cold calling and warm calling. But 925-360-7109 is my phone number. You can give me a call and leave me a voicemail anytime, and I'll get back to you through phone or email.
That's great. That's great. So anything else that you would like to share with them? Because we covered a lot.
We did cover, I know it's kind of like, I don't want to give people a headache. I want it to be a really easy, cohesive thing that makes sense for your company. Maybe a couple of things I would share is, one, I've gone through this process. I actually was a Clearmix client, saying when I was working with them a month ago, I'm like, hey, can I make a sales video to include in my emails? Because I want to show people, maybe you're a little camera shy. Maybe it's a little scary to be in front of your boss who's on the other side and a live producer from Clearmix who you don't know. So I actually did it and I went through the process, and I just want to say, I just think it's really great. I wouldn't want a big production team coming here and then getting a video in a month. I'd want someone to just be right in front of me on a camera like this, because it's what I've been used to the past couple of years. Everyone's been doing this when it comes to doing school online, working online. It's just something that's new now and what a lot of people are using. So other than just emphasizing that Clearmix is a very efficient solution, I just want to say how unique it is and how we can be really flexible to your needs. The video that I made is something that I like to share with people because I don't consider myself camera shy, but let me tell you, when I was on there with the producer, he'd say, "Why do you work for Clearmix?" And I would think in my head, I'd be like, wait, why do I work for Clearmix? But I know the answer, but it's just I get camera shy because I didn't realize how scary it was to be in front of these people, right? Mm-hmm. But then after a couple of minutes, you realize it's not that big of a deal. If you say or mess up, they edit it out. That's the really cool thing about it. And I guess another thing would be just, it's a really unique solution to add to your website or socials or just a marketing campaign, to have someone, a real client or a real employee in front of you saying, this is why you should go with us. It's worked for the bigger companies we've worked with, and it's worked for the smaller companies we've worked with. And that's why they keep coming back around. And I think I know that's why I work for this company, because I believe in the product that we create.
So a quick question on the video that you are suggesting to people to possibly embed in their email. How long is that?
So that's actually only 2.5 minutes, and it was 30 minutes of recording, and it was a lot of editing, but they got me a draft in 2 days, and I was like, dang, you guys are good, and they're busy too. So
that's amazing. That's
the wave of the future, is just this all remote thing. And I think that it's something that some people don't want to change. I get a lot of emails back saying, we have an on-site production team. Thank you so much for reaching out. And I think to myself, that's great, but it's also good to have that alternative of falling back on a company that can be there for you 24/7, because you don't have to come travel to you. Because I talk to people all over the world every single day.
Yeah, well, I mean, the same thing, in some ways with me, with the different projects. I'm involved with different legal things and other projects, and you can have more than one lawyer. You can have more than one doctor. So you can have more than one video person.
Right. It's good to have those options, and just the fact that, for example, I could be traveling, which I'm actually going to Croatia in June, and I'm going to be working from Croatia. The fact that I have that flexibility to work from anywhere in the world, it emphasizes how important traveling is. It emphasizes how important it is to live your life, but also, work. So I like that part of my job. And that's why I think that this is a great thing to invest in, and it's not anything expensive. So that's another good side of it.
Yeah. And it's also something that you'll be able to keep and reuse. So that way, Like you said, it's definitely an investment. I know I learned a lot from you when we had our initial conversation, which is why I wanted to have you hop on so that way we could talk about the what Clearmix is doing and your travels as well. And I love the fact that you were able to find a position in your field, and it gives you the flexibility to do what you like. And yeah, so that's great. So for everyone who's listening, know that it is possible. You might have to, knock on a few doors, but definitely, and if you're like, Kylie mentioned, if you're thinking about, applying for jobs, maybe the video aspect is something that you should be thinking about.
Yeah.
So everyone, thank you so much for being on J Cooper Travels. Definitely like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. We're all connected and we're all one world. Thank you so much, Kylie.
Thank you for having me.